I'm here to
Good morning, everybody. Could you please confirm if I'm audible? All right, thank you. Good morning once again. A very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for registering and attending this webinar on cloud and DevOps opportunities in the AI era. This is organized by the Marian College Kuttikanam Autonomous in association with IPSR Solutions Limited. In this webinar, you will get to know the power of cloud, containers, Kubernetes, and OpenShift technologies and career opportunities in this AI era. My name is 𝐂𝐥𝐴. I'm working as Global Relations Manager with IPSR Solutions Limited, and I will be the event moderator. Please note, all the registered participants will receive the access to the LMS, that's the Learning Management System, through which you can download the certificate for this webinar. All the participants will receive the LMS access login details in their registered email by Monday. Your certificate will be ready for download in the LMS by the coming Wednesday. If you are having trouble with attending this webinar, and if you have any audio issues, you can also try joining in through the YouTube live link. I will put that in the chat now. So if you face any problem with audio or any technical issue with WebEx, you can also join with the YouTube live link that I've put in the chat. Now, coming to the introductions. Now, let me give you the introduction about Marian College. Marian College Kuttikanam Autonomous is affiliated to the Mahatma Gandhi University and managed by the Catholic Diocese of Kanchanaburi. Marian has a unique and enviable history that has gained autonomy in a span of just 20 years. Marian has the youngest accredited college in 2003, and at present the college is re-accredited with A++ and CGPA of 3.71 out of 4 by the National Assessment and Accreditation Council (NAC) in 2014. The college won the prestigious status of the college with potential for excellence, that is CPA, from University Grants Commission (UGC) in 2009 and 2014. In 2017, Marian College won the Red Hat Academy of the Year award. MCA at Marian is one of the sought-after MCA courses in India. Now, coming the introduction about IPSR Solutions Limited. It is led by a team of academicians and entrepreneurs. IPSR is a public limited IT company with 24 plus years of experience in software product development, training services, placement services, and web-based services. During the last 2 decades, IPSR has worked with over 500 academic organizations, including government universities, autonomous colleges, technical and non-technical institutions. Our training division conducts faculty development trainings, seminars, workshops, add-on courses, corporate trainings, job-oriented trainings, etc. in the education, IT, and ITES domain. We were the training partner for the Technical Education Quality Improvement Program, 𝐃𝐈, a World Bank assisted program executed in government engineering colleges by the Indian Ministry of HRD. We are the world's leading Red Hat training and certification partner with 37 national and international awards and produce the highest number of Red Hat professionals in the world. So far, we have trained candidates from 60 plus countries. The IPSR IT Services Division is also pioneered in development of academic solutions products, incorporating cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence, data analytics, and machine learning. IPSR also offers specialized services and solutions for the education sector, ranging from the simple website to complex software applications that help to manage academic and operational activities like question paper generation, campus automation, accreditation process, NAC, NBA, etc., OBE, outcome-based education. IPSR's placement division is having 1,600 plus placement tier companies and are conducting recruitment on all days. Now, if possible, if you could all turn on your videos for 30 seconds, we would like to take a screenshot for documentation purpose.
Kelson exercise मध्ये बाकी काही नाही.
Okay, now moving on to the profile for the resource persons for today's webinar session. The first session will be taken by Dr. Mendes Jacob. Dr. Mendes Jacob is an MSc, MPhil, PhD, MIOD, and is the professor and director of MCA Marian College Kuttikanam Autonomous. He is also the MD and CEO of IPSR Solutions Limited. Dr. Mendes Jacob is an academician and an entrepreneur with 35 plus years of experience and is a former director of School of Applicable Mathematics, MD University. He has acted as chairman and member of many academic bodies constituted by the university. He is also the member of academic and administrative bodies of many autonomous colleges, engineering colleges, and business schools. He is also a PhD in operations research and has to his credit a number of national and international publications. He is a research guide of Lincoln College University, Malaysia. He has served as resource person for many national and international seminars and conferences in mathematics management and computer applications. His areas of interest include national education policy, outcome-based education, accreditation, etc. He is also the CEO of IPSR Solutions Limited, an IT company supporting higher education institutions, the implementation of outcome-based education and integrated teaching, learning, and assessment strategies. Over to you, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, thank you. So good morning, all. Today we have a section on Cloud and DevOps by Mr. St. John. Before that, I will have a short section on mainly I will be speaking on the opportunities in this area and how the students, those who are attending the section, they can build a career in one of the emerging areas in Cloud and DevOps. And also those institutions, I hope there are some faculty members also attending this program. So they can look upon some add-on courses or some collaborations with even with Red Hat, and we'll be arranging that for you. So we'll discuss about these things maybe in less than 30 minutes. After that, we will have a section, the technical section. So I'll be sharing my slide. Hope my slide is also visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Emerging opportunities in AI era. So I'll be mostly speaking on the cloud and DevOps opportunities in cloud and DevOps. And this is the famous quote by Elon Musk. I think most of you have gone through this. AI will not replace you, but a person using AI will. So whatever technology you're studying in the IT field, now you have to incorporate AI. That is an essential part of the future career opportunities. Now, there are some questions the students used to ask. Nowadays, everybody is going for new admissions, like +2 students, they are searching for some graduate courses. As well as those who have completed their UG, like BCA or BCom, they will be searching for some PG programs. And in addition to that, there are some students, maybe you might have completed your BTech or MCA or BCA and looking for a job. So in that case, what are the short courses you can look upon that we will discuss first? What are the opportunities of tomorrow in IT? You might have heard of these terms like DevOps, AI, data science, IoT, Internet of Things. Then cybersecurity, cloud or public cloud or cloud native applications, then automation, telecom, 5G. Then we have edge computing. So these are the emerging technologies. And there is something common to all, that is Linux. Not the Windows, or sorry, not the desktop Linux used Linux used in desktop, but the enterprise Linux. And there Red Hat is dominating in the enterprise Linux. And about Linux also, you can see all the planes, all the air traffic control systems runs on Linux. Similarly, all the rail control systems runs on Linux. 80% of global trading systems runs on Linux. For example, our Bombay Stock Exchange or Singapore Stock Exchange, or the biggest stock exchange in the world, New York Stock Exchange, all these are running on Linux technology. So wherever you go, definitely Linux is there. Google, then Amazon Web Services, and all these social media like Facebook, all these platforms runs on Linux. So there is more importance for open source, especially nowadays with the economic recession and war. The companies are spending less. So open source has the future again. Then what about the Linux admin roles? So in 2005, there are physical systems. So Linux admins, they are looking more into those areas. Whereas after 8 years, so after 7 years, 2012, We have the virtualization, then enterprise apps, security enhanced Linux, AC Linux, KVM, satellite, and agile model instead of waterfall model. Then from 2020 onwards, public-private clouds are emerging. Then containers, Kubernetes, then automation with Ansible automation, then site reliability engineers, and now it's the time of DevOps. Okay, so this is how it is emerging. The career scope in the Linux is emerging, and there are a lot of news or statistics available on the internet by reputed organizations. This is one of the statistics we can see. Gartner says cloud will become a business necessity by 2028. It is not a luxury. Every business will go with the cloud. So in 2024, worldwide end user spending on public cloud services is forecast to total of $679 billion, and it will exceed $1 trillion in 2027. This is one of the report by Gartner. That is about cloud. And I will show you another report about DevOps. There are a lot of reports available. I'm just quoting one or two. The global DevOps market size was valued at USD 8.42 billion in 2023 and is projected to reach 47.55 billion by 2031. That means year on year, there is a growth of 24%. So that is anything higher than 7% growth rate is, a phenomenal growth. So 24% growth means you'll have a lot of opportunities there, a lot of business will be there in cloud and DevOps. Okay. Now, regarding Red Hat, I already mentioned about Red Hat Linux. When they started in India in 2001, they started with one certification. So in 2003, there were only one certification for Red Hat RHC. But now in 2024, if you look at Red Hat, they are offering more than 50 certifications, around 60 certifications they are offering now. So you can see in 20 years, this much growth, or 50 times or 60 times growth for this company, mainly because the organization, the enterprises, they are adopting their technology. So that again shows the career opportunities in Red Hat technologies. More than 90% of Fortune 500 companies, they use Red Hat products and technologies. And Red Hat is the world's leading provider of open source enterprise IT solutions. Now, at IPSR, we have some short-term courses, mainly focusing on these areas like cloud and DevOps. We have the Red Hat certification courses, along with the AWS or Azure Cloud, then OpenShift, Kubernetes, Python, plus DevOps tools. So you can become a DevOps engineer. Cloud and security, that is also an emerging area because everybody is using cloud. Then naturally the security issues will come. So cloud and security is another area we are focusing on. Then as usual, data science, Python, data marketing, these are other areas we provide training to the students. All these are integrated with the AI. Now, there is a question too, that is this easy for me to learn and practice? Now, today I'm focusing more on the cloud and DevOps stack because this is a webinar dedicated for cloud and DevOps technology. So for students who are looking into this particular area, whether it is easy for them to study and learn or to find a career. And now almost I think you are convinced that there are a lot of opportunities in this area. The technology is growing. Even this recession time, there are a lot of students being placed in this particular area. Now I'll show you a slide where I have listed some success stories, or I call it making impossible possible. You can see we have produced the youngest Red Hat certified engineers in the world. We have trained some students who are studying in the school from 11 years to 15 years. We provide them training, and many of those students who have written their exam, RHC exam, and they got certification. So we have produced the youngest RHCs in the world, 11 years. The same way, we have produced the Red Hat certified security specialist. That is another certification they have introduced somewhere in 2005 and 6. And we have students, 2 students who have passed that security specialization certificate. That is, they are of 13 years at that time. They have to complete 4 international certifications, then only they could get RHCSS. And the most important thing is we have produced the youngest Red Hat certified architects also. They are 18 years old. 2 students who wrote a Red Hat certified architect exam. That means they have to complete 7 international certifications. Then only they will get the Red Hat certified architect course. These 7 certifications means each certification exam will be of 3 hours, and that is hands-on. And the evaluation will be done by Red Hat US. So 2 of our students have passed that Red Hat certified architect course, and they got that certification. So this shows, any student who is passionate about this technology, they can definitely go through the certification, the training, and they can acquire the certification. There are students with back purpose. A lot of students with back purpose. Actually, many of the BTech students, they have at least one back purpose, some of them. So we have produced a Red Hat certified architects was failed in their BTech. There's one student who completed his BTech in mechanical, but he has passed only for 6 purpose. He studied for 6 years, 4 years for the regular BTech and another 2 years for writing the supplementary exams. But he could get through only for 6 subjects for 6 purpose. And he studied this RHC course. He's from non-IT background. Still, he got certified, and in 1.5 years, he became a Red Hat certified architect. Along with he got a job also after 6 months. And now he is working in a multinational company, drawing a salary of 35 to 40 lakhs per year. So he couldn't complete his BTech, but he has completed his BCA program, off-campus program. So there are other students like this during their BTech courses, they couldn't perform well, so that they had a back purpose, and many from non-IT background also. And again, with the career graphs, I remember one student who has completed his BSc nursing. So studied for BSc nursing for 4 years, and 2 years he was working in Delhi. And he wanted to shift towards IT. So we suggested him this particular course, and he completed his certification and now working in an IT company in Technopark in Kerala. So there are many other non-IT students, because I am focusing more on the cloud and DevOps track. That's why I'm giving these examples. There are a lot of non-IT students like BBA, MBA, hotel management. There was a student from physiotherapy. He's a cloud architect now. So there are students from commerce background, mechanical, electrical, electronics, civil background, then BA economics, BA English. Lot of students, they got this certification, and they are working in different companies. Last week also one BA English student, he got a job in an IT company after completing this Red Hat certified engineer course. So we have Malayalam students, BSc P6 marks. So all these students, they come from non-IT background, but still they can perform well in this particular technology. So I'm mentioning about cloud and DevOps again. See, for maybe for AI or for a programming job, mostly non-IT students, it will be difficult for them, because the IT students, they are studying all the database, data structures, many other technologies. But for non-IT students, if they want to shift their career, or if they want to start a career in the IT field, this cloud and DevOps is one of the best area you can look upon. So these are the testimonies I can present you, and all these are in our website, ipsr.org. The students who have placed, the company in which they are working, and what the technology they have studied, all these things are available in our website. And we have a team led by prominent academicians and IT professionals like Dr. Sunil Job, Mr. St. John Providence, who is going to take the next section. Then Ms. Smita Thomas for data marketing, Ms. Sijo Thomas for our AI courses. Dr. Sunil Job and Mr. Sijo Thomas, they are looking after our AI-related courses. These people are the leaders, and we have a team for our training division, dedicated team. And for the last 25 years, we have mentored more than 1 lakh students. And we have support the students to, there are tasks and assignments every day through our learning management system. We provide a learning management system, even if the student join for an offline course. We have a personal mentoring and hand-holding for every student. And we have instructional online training, again by industry professionals. Along with their offline courses, they can attend some seminars or webinars. And they have complimentary access to video recordings. They will get a course participation certificate. Again, as I mentioned earlier, through learning management system, they will get a lot of tasks and assignments. And now, will you get a job? That is again a question usually asked by the students. Now, our alumni are working in multinational companies like this. We have our prominent alumni working in Oracle, Amazon, or Google, or many top IT companies. There are other students, when they start their career, maybe in a small or a medium IT company, but later on they will be moving to multinational companies like this. They're working as CEOs, vice president, cloud architect, because we are 25 years old now. Some of our alumni, they are working as CEOs, even some vice presidents, many institutions. That will also help our students to get job in those companies, because our alumni may be interviewing our students there. And our placement support, we have a dedicated placement division, which is headed by Dr. Brijesh George. Most of the students know him because he's a YouTuber and a motivational trainer. And we have a dedicated team for IPSR jobs, where every student will be contacted and will arrange placement drives and interviews. We have tied up with more than 1,600 companies for placement. And 150 plus Kerala-based IT companies are recruiting RHCs from IPSR. We are focusing more on the RHCs because that is one of our strong areas. And we started building up that division from 2003 onwards. We are the second partner of Red Hat in India. We have placement orientation sections, mock interviews. At least one company is recruiting every day through IPSR. 100% placement track for our certified candidates. Or those who are got certified, they will get placement. And this is our recent placements in the cloud and DevOps area. You can see 56% are from non-IT background. Non-IT background, that means BA, literature or economics, economic management, or maths, physics, physiotherapy, mechanical, electrical, electronics, civil engineering. Mostly from electronics background, because those students, they are trying to find a job in their core area, but it's most of the case it's not possible. So most of the students, they are shifting their career to IT, and the cloud and DevOps is one of the areas where they can look upon. And others like BTech Computer Science or BCA or a Diploma in Computer or a BSc Computer Science. These are computer students. They make up 44% of the remaining. So these are our recent placements in the cloud and DevOps area, but in AI and other data science or it's a different story. So for cloud and DevOps, mostly we have non-IT students joining this stream because they want to start a career in the IT field, and this is the best option for them. And what about the financial support? See, at IPSR, we have a scholarship scheme, and we highly subsidized training fee for all students. And there is a no-cost EMI facility for eligible students. We cannot offer it for every student. Then scholarships for deserving students. We used to give a scholarship, especially this is our Jubilee year. We are actually providing scholarship for the deserving students. And we have a highly subsidized certification fee, especially for Red Hat Academy students. Red Hat Academy means we are collaborating with the education institutions and starting Red Hat Academies in colleges, where the students will get a highly subsidized certification at some, around 50% only. And again, they will get online labs. The labs are worth rupees 25,000. So they will get it for free. So the institution, education institutions, if you are willing to collaborate with Red Hat, you can contact us. We will arrange that collaboration so that the students will also get benefit. And one more slide. this is what I want to communicate. Like again, making it possible our success stories. As I mentioned earlier, we are the second partner, Red Hat partner in India. We started in 2003. We have conducted the first RHC exam in 2003 in Kerala with 9 students. And in 2004, we got the national award for the highest number of RHC certifications and received the Asia Pacific Award in 2009. And we have produced the highest number of Red Hat professionals in the world by 2014 and bagged 37 awards in 19 years. Trained candidates from 60 plus countries and alumni we have in top positions, mainly because of this technology and Red Hat, because we are also traveling along with the Red Hat. We are traveling along with the Red Hat, and the technology is booming. So every day, every year, more certifications they are introducing, and the industry is adopting this technology, and the certifications has got value. That is why we are also growing. And as I mentioned earlier, these certifications are for every student. Any student can look upon this area. This is my conclusion. If you have an attitude and passion, definitely you will get a good career. You can start a good career in the cloud and DevOps area. Where more details will be provided by Mr. Sen, who is a technical person, has got more than 20 years experience both in India and UK. He is heading our infrastructure services. He is the manager of our technical services. He is the person who is mentoring many of the students, and we have a dedicated team for that. So once again, I will tell you, if you have an attitude and passion, irrespective of your graduation, the subject you have selected for your graduation, or even some +2 students after certification, they are working in different companies and different countries also, most of them in Gulf countries. And wherever you go in Europe or US or Middle East, wherever you go, Red Hat certification has got value. So our success story is also like, the students I have mentioned about, the non-IT students or the students with a back purpose, they had that passion, irrespective of their failure, maybe during their BTech or their UG course. They might have failed for some papers, but because of their attitude and passion towards technology, they could perform well, and most of them working in multinational companies now. So, dear students, if you have an attitude and passion towards technology, especially towards this particular technology, we can help you. If you are studying in a college, definitely we can associate with that college so that we can provide that Red Hat Academy advantage there. Otherwise, you can join our courses and you can consult with our team, and you'll get more idea about these areas during this Mr. Sen's section today. So hope you will be benefiting this seminar. And once again, thank you all for your patience. And it's already 30 minutes over. And the next section will be continued by Mr. Sen. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Mendesa. Thank you for that wonderful information. Would you like to take some questions, sir?
Of course. Yeah.
If any of you have any questions for Mendesa, please post it in the chat and we will take it.
But Red Hat certifications are reputed certifications, one of the hottest certifications in the IT industry now. It's one question about reputed certification. There will be a certification for, there will be a certificate for participation today. Yeah.
Yeah, I can only see those 2 questions, sir.
Okay.
All right. Okay, then we will move on to the next session. The next session will be taken by Mr. Sen John Providence. Yeah.
Sijin, there is one more question. There is a cloud and DevOps course fee that definitely you can contact our team. They will provide you the fee and all. These certification courses are available in online mode. Definitely, it's available on online mode. I think around 75% of our students are studying online because maybe some of them are working or some of them are from different states or different countries. So these are available. So today this section is on cloud and DevOps. Definitely we will have a section on data analytics maybe in 1 or 2 weeks. More details, definitely, madam, you can get it from our team. Sijan, can you just share some contact numbers?
Okay, I'll share it once.
All the classes will be taken by IPSR team. Definitely, we have a dedicated team for that. We have our in-house team will be handling all these courses, classes. Yeah. And regarding duration, fee, and other things, definitely you can contact our team. Okay.
Yeah, I will share the team number. Okay.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
okay. All right. Thank you, Madison. We will move on to the next session that will be taken by Mr. St. John Providence, who is an MSc, RHCA, RHCI, visiting faculty, Marian College Kuttikanam Autonomous and Manager, Technical Services, IPSR. Ken is a Red Hat certified architect and a Red Hat certified instructor with 20 plus years in the IT industry in India and the UK. He completed his MSc in computer networking from London Metropolitan University. His expertise in cloud computing as well, etc., makes him a popular corporate trainer and has trained candidates from America, Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia Pacific. He has got the global IT certifications of Red Hat Certified Specialist in OpenShift Administration, Red Hat Certified Specialist in Containers and Kubernetes, Red Hat Certified Engineer, Red Hat Certified System Administrator. Over to you, Sen.
Okay, Sijan, thank you. Yeah, I'm just sharing my screen. Yeah, I started sharing my screen. All of you, please confirm in the chat box if you can see my screen. Just put S or Y in the chat box, please.
Yes, Sen, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good morning, all of you. Once again, welcome to this webinar on cloud and DevOps opportunities in the AI era. Mentors are already shared the information about importance of learning and understanding cloud and DevOps and opportunities in cloud and DevOps. But I'm going to show you some technical demos, like how it's so relevant in this AI era, like cloud infrastructure and DevOps as a methodology. So we'll start with what is cloud, because we already directly or indirectly we already consuming the cloud computing resources, and also maybe the part of DevOps methodology, again directly or indirectly. So we'll start with what is cloud, then what is DevOps, then how it's integrated with AI and ML related technologies. Okay, so we'll start with what is cloud computing. So we know that we have a system either in a desktop or laptop. It has got computing power, right? Computing power, internal memory, external storage, network ports, etc. So these resources, like computing, storage, network, these resources either you can produce in your system or you can use it as or consume it as a utility, like electricity. So we don't produce, right? We consume it as a utility, or water as a service, or gas as a service. The same way, when we use Google Drive, we are actually utilizing the storage from a cloud as a utility. Or when you're accessing a website, or when you use a chat GPT, or when you use a WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, etc., you are actually utilizing a computing power, a remote computing power, or remote storage, or remote network, which means when you access a website, it's already load balanced and auto scaled, regardless of how much traffic is coming to that server. It's already automated the scaling out and load balancing. Scaling out means when there is huge traffic coming to a server of a cluster, it automatically increases the number of servers. That is something we call it as auto scaling. So we all are part of this cloud computing, like I said earlier, directly or indirectly. So in a simple, we can say cloud computing, it's actually a delivery of compute, storage, and network as a utility. So because of that, we have different startup programs and startup ideas. Cloud workers pay as you go. We don't have to put any upfront cost. So whatever resources we consume from a cloud provider, we just pay for that. So that is cloud computing. So this cloud service model can be in three ways, like infrastructure as a service. I'm going to demonstrate when I start with the workshop. Yeah, I'm going to my infra in AWS. AWS is one of the popular cloud service provider. So AWS is actually infrastructure as a service. So if you need a computing power, yes, AWS can do, or AWS or GCP, that is Google, or Azure from Microsoft. So these three are the main cloud service providers. So infrastructure as a host means, or infrastructure as a service means, providing computing power, network, storage, etc. But sometimes we don't need the complete infrastructure. We may just need the platform. For example, for a developer, if I say specifically for a Python developer, the developer just need the interface for developing their Python program, right? Just a platform for that. So for that kind of purpose, yeah, cloud providers can provide platform as a service. Or maybe for a Photoshop engineers or designers, yeah, they just need the platform, not the entire infrastructure. And software as a service, yeah, everyone uses. If you are using Google Drive, it's actually software as a service. You are actually using a Google Drive. Technically, I can say it's a storage as a service, but generally we can say it's a software as a service. Or when you use Gmail or Facebook or Instagram, all these comes under software as a service. So based on the service model, we have three: infrastructure, platform, and software. So based on our requirement, we can choose any of these. So this is based on service model. Traditionally, we were responsible for all these things like applications, data, runtime, middleware, operating system, virtualization, server, storage, networking, etc. Traditional IT infrastructure or traditional IT data center. But when it comes to infrastructure as a cloud, as a service from cloud, only we need to manage applications, data, runtime, middleware. So rest of things like operating system, yeah, we can choose from the AWS console or Azure console. Virtualization technology, yeah, we can choose from there. Servers, we don't have to worry about managing the physical server maintenance like power or the cooling of this data center. Anything related to the infrastructure, the physical infrastructure, will be taken care by the cloud service provider. Then storage, networking, everything is done by the provider. We just need to manage our application data, runtime, middleware, because only we can manage this data because that data is owned by ourselves, right? When it comes to platform as a service, like I mentioned earlier, for a developer, for a photo designer, editor, they just need that interface in which they edit the photos or in which they develop their application workload. So rest everything managed by cloud provider or delivered as a service. So in software as a service, when you use Facebook or WhatsApp or Insta or Google Drive or ChatGPT, even ChatGPT, it can consider as a software as a service because everything is managed by them. We just utilize their services. That was based on service model. When it comes to deployment model, AWS, GCP, Azure comes under public because it's publicly available. But the industries like banking and insurance sectors or even in defense sectors. So they need their data in their own geographical location. Because when we keep our data in AWS, it's not in our control, right? I mean, geographically or physically, that is not in our control. But if you are a member of a industry, they belongs to banking or any kind of industry, they are handling sensitive data, confidential data. So they are looking for a private cloud in their own premises. With Red Hat, yeah, we can have solutions like OpenShift and OpenStack. And some industries, they need the combination of this. Some applications running in public, like websites, their marketing websites, they can run in publicly. Their internal applications, they can run internally in a private cloud. So it's a combination of public and private. So that is hybrid. So again, that is based on deployment model. Yeah, that was a brief introduction about what is cloud and how you are connected to a cloud infrastructure. I was saying about that. But when it comes to DevOps, it is actually a methodology in software development and operations. And the name itself says it's a collaboration of development and operations. So it's an infinite loop, right? You can see that it's an infinite loop. So it starts with the planning. That means based on the customer requirement, we plan our project. Based on that, the developers develop the code, and they're keeping their source code in source code control, version control tools. Then they build their software, then test it, release, deploy, run, operate, then monitor the feedback. Based on the feedback, again, change the plan, then repeat the steps again and again. It's a continuous flow. It's a loop. So DevOps is a methodology. DevOps engineers manage this methodology using DevOps tools. For example, containerization is one of the DevOps tools, or automation like Ansible is one of the DevOps tools. Cloud is a part of DevOps because cloud is giving infrastructure or platform as a service, right? So DevOps is not a platform; it's a methodology, or it's a way of practice in which how a domain or a production company can develop and deploy their applications on time. So it's a combination of development and operations. So in coming slides, we'll discuss more with the cloud and DevOps with the practices. So I'm going to discuss more about the deployment mechanisms and supportability. Because in early stages of IT, we used to deploy our applications, multiple applications in a single operating system. We normally do, right? In our laptop also, we install multiple applications in your operating system. But in a production environment, sometimes we may face some conflict between these applications, because application 1 may not be okay with the application 2 or 3. So to solve that issues, we used to virtualize our infrastructure, which means on top of a physical machine and physical operating system, we created multiple virtual machines to isolate the application. So in this picture, you can see that application 3 is running in a separate virtual machine. So just imagine this application 3 is making problems with the application 1 and 2. Application 1 and 2 is okay. They're okay. So we created a separate virtual machine, and we installed that 2 applications in a single machine, and application 3 in another machine. So please note that if you compare this one, first one and second one, more resources are utilized here, because more resources for these virtual machines, right? More CPU, more memory, more storage, more networking power, etc. So we need actually a solution which isolates the application with maximum utilization of resource. So the industry, the business needs a solution which can isolate the application without any issues. Also, maximum utilization of resources. So the solution is containerization. So nowadays we use containerization technology for deploying our applications. So this is very much cost effective because the containerization technology can run our applications on top of a single operating system without any dependency issues. Because in traditionally we can see that there is some dependency issues. That's why we moved on to virtualization. But again, we are going to run our applications as a containerized application on a single operating system, but with the help of containerization engines like Docker, Podman, CRI-O, etc. So the business advantage is it isolates applications on a single operating system or a single cluster without any dependency issues, and it gives the advantages like maximum utilization of resource because it's not creating any additional virtual machine just to isolate our applications. So that is containerization. This is a simple comparison between virtual machine and container. So what are the advantages of using containerization for application deployment? So a container is a lightweight. So that is very important. Virtual machines are not lightweight. Container is a lightweight, standalone, and executable software package that contains everything needed to run a piece of software, including the code, runtime, system tools, libraries, and the settings. So the main advantage is it is lightweight and it isolates the process. There is no dependency issues. So I'm just to understand clearly, I'm going to demonstrate with one of the container engine called Docker, which is one of the very famous container engine, Docker. So Docker is a container engine. With the Docker, you can download and run a application containers. So I'm going to demonstrate in AWS platform. I already logged into that. So this is my AWS account, and yeah, this is actually the terminal access to that particular instance. So I'm actually running a cloud instance in AWS infrastructure. So this is actually an example of infrastructure as a service because I'm running this host machine in AWS cloud. So I'm going to use Docker here. So I'm using some Linux commands just to verify that daemon D is running, because that daemon is nothing but a background process which is responsible for managing the lifecycle of container. So I'm just checking the status of that background process, systemctl status Docker, because we need to make sure that Docker is running in the background. It's not running, so I can start. Okay, Docker started, and check the status using status command. It's active, but we didn't create any container, right? That's why it's showing inactive, but still it's active. So I'm going to create a container using the command Docker. Docker is the command. Then I use a command called run, Docker run. Run in background because process can be a foreground process or a background process. So I want to run container in background. So that is -d, detached mode or daemon mode. Then I'm going to access this particular application on the port number 8080:80. So here 80 means, first 80 means the host port number in which we are going to run this container, and second one is the port number of the container. Then I need the image. I need the image for creating an application. So I'm going to demonstrate a web application, an Apache web application. So I can get the image from public registry. So this is called a container registry. So from container registry, I'm going to pull this image. Okay, then that image will be available locally. And using that image, we are going to create the containers. So let's do that. I'm just type HTTPD. It automatically downloads the relevant image from container registry. Yeah, it's downloaded. and Docker ps command confirms that it is running. It's up for last 7 seconds. So this is an Apache web server. So I can use curl localhost. So it's showing it works. So this is my public IP. So I'm going to access through internet this container web page. It's showing it works. Okay, so I can share in the chat box. Yeah, please paste into your browser tab, and let's check whether it works or not. If you get this page like it works, please comment in the chat box yes or no. Just paste this IP in your web browser. No? That is http:// yeah, yes, you have to use http, yes, http, because I didn't secure this web server, so normal http. Okay, it works, right? Yeah, you can access this page. But this is okay for developers, because developers don't bother about the production challenges like high availability and scalability, right? So developers, they just need to develop their application source code and run it as a container. So for them, just containerization is okay. Okay, but for production environment, we need actually an orchestration engine which will load balance and auto scale. So which will make sure that our application is highly available and scalable. So you are using different websites, different application and all. Just for a one person or a minimum number of persons, yeah, just containerization is okay. But what about huge of traffic coming to an application? So it has to automatically load balance and scale. So for that, we need container orchestration with containerization. I'm not going to replace containerization. So we need containerization plus container orchestration engine. So without container orchestration, we are going to be like scaling up services, manual work increases, fixing crashing nodes, manual work increases, complexity for running new stuff in production, yeah, increases manually. We have to take care. Human cost for running services increases, scaling becomes more and more difficult. Public cloud providers bill more and more expensive. So this is without container orchestration or just containerization. But with container orchestrations like Kubernetes, OpenShift, or Docker Swarm, etc., we will get the advantage of self-healing, automated rollbacks, auto scaling, and load balancing. So which means, in short, I can say, because of all these features, we can run our application in a highly available and scalable, or we can ensure that our applications are running in a highly available infrastructure. So this is an example of container orchestration, that is OpenShift and Kubernetes. You all know ChatGPT, right? So in this AI era, we use ChatGPT for utilizing the AI power, right? So this is actually powered by Kubernetes. So ChatGPT is powered by Kubernetes. It's one of the container orchestration engine along with containerization, of course. So in there, I mean, in Kubernetes case study, they have mentioned this information. I would like to show you that. I'm just opening that case study of Kubernetes with OpenAI. So they have mentioned here, OpenAI began running Kubernetes on top of AWS in 2016. and in early 2017 migrated to Azure. So the point is, we use Kubernetes mainly as a batch scheduling system and rely on autoscaler. This is for high availability. So it depends on how much request or how much traffic coming to the ChatGPT engine. It automatically scales out the number of nodes. Actually, the nodes means the hardware gives the resources like CPU, memory, GPU, etc. So this is the best use case or best use case of example of Kubernetes and container orchestration, and how this container orchestration like Kubernetes is useful in this AI era, or why it's so relevant in this AI era. So this is the best example for that. So we may think like, so this is public one, right? Just like I mentioned earlier, we have public cloud and private cloud. Because if we worried about our security of data, if we keep our confidential data, or if we process our confidential data, how ChatGPT is it secure or not? Or can we create, as a industry or as a business, can we create a custom ChatGPT engine or a custom AI engine? Yes, we can, and we see that the industry is moving to create their own custom engines, custom AI engines. So how that is possible? So from Red Hat, they provide a platform as a service named OpenShift Container Platform. It is actually running with the Kubernetes engine. The same engine powers ChatGPT. The same engine is available in Red Hat OpenShift. Then why OpenShift? So Kubernetes is actually a container orchestration and management engine. So in addition to that, Red Hat provides different user or developer specific tools, or I can say DevOps tools, or additional features in addition to this Kubernetes workflow. So it's run on an operating system, of course, that is Red Hat Enterprise Linux, specifically or mainly optimized for container orchestration, that is CoreOS. Just like Docker, Red Hat OpenShift uses another container runtime, that is CRI-O, and engine, that orchestration engine, that is Kubernetes. So this is actually a platform as a service from Red Hat, that is Red Hat OpenShift Container Platform. So in this platform, as a developer, they can develop their source code in and store in GitHub. It's a source code repository. From there, we can the building and deployment of our applications. So developers create and develop their source code. They keep their source code in any source code repository. From there, we can automate pulling the source code, creating that image using a builder image. If it is a Python code, this OpenShift or any of the OpenShift tool can build a image using this builder image, and that image will be downloaded automatically from registry. And based on the instruction or deployment instructions, the container will be created automatically. So there will be a multiple containers, not like just what I demonstrated. So I created an application running in a single container. If that container crashes, there is we cannot say like okay, that application is highly available. So there will be a downtime. So we are looking for an application which is highly available without any downtime. So what we need load balancing and auto scaling. So that we can do with the Kubernetes and OpenShift. So I'm going to demonstrate the power of OpenShift. So I have my dedicated OpenShift cluster here. So I'm going to demonstrate a simple demonstration just for everyone. This is an easy one, like Python application. So I have a demo Python code in Git, which is available as a part of this OpenShift subscription. So basic Python. Okay, so I'm going to create an application with Python, basic Python, and running in OpenShift cluster. And we are going to see how this application is highly available and scalable. So that is our objective here, not the content of the program code. Okay, because we are not developers here. We are going to talk about the platform, how the platform help us to deploy our applications in a highly available and scalable manner. So this is a Python code which is available GitHub. So if you click on that, yeah, that code is available here. That is a part of developer. I'm not going into that, but I'm going into the deployment side. So I'm going to create in a simple step. So just imagine the development code is already done. It is available in Git repository, and the link to that repository is available, or it's provided by a developer. So what is next? Based on the code, we create an image of that application, right? We need the image to install application. So it is going to, it's already automated. Now you can see that if you click here, build already started. So build is running. Build running means what? Based on the source code and the builder image of Python, it automatically creates a child image. And using that child image, it automatically deploys in OpenShift cluster. Once the deployment is done, we'll see the output of that web page. So let's wait for that. So during build is running, we can check the logs. Yeah, successfully pushed the image into registry. I'm going back to topology again. Okay, build done, deployment also done. That's why you can see the green tick mark here, complete. That means everything is completed. Now you can use this URL to access our web page, so that the content of the Python web page is just how it. So I told earlier, we are not focusing on the content of application. We just focusing on the high availability and scalability. Right. So let's look into the details. It's running in a one pod, or just for understanding, I can say it's running in a one container, a single container, and it uses this much resources. I mean, view dashboard. I can share this link in your chat box. Yeah, please try to access this link. This is an HTTP. Please try from your end. Let's see how much traffic is coming to this application. If you are able to access, please type yes in the chat box. Yes. Okay. So I'm refreshing the page. Yeah, I can access CPU and memory utilization. I can monitor here. So it's just running as a container, not a virtual machine. So lightweight, less resources are utilized here. Okay, so that is an advantage of containerization. But the question is, okay, if more traffic comes, what we do? Or how we can make sure that this is highly available? Or how we can make sure that there is no downtime? So now I cannot confirm that there is no downtime, because if I delete this port, maybe there will be a slight downtime, because when you delete the port, it automatically creates new one. I can show you that. So I delete this port, okay, or a container. So when you delete it, when I deleted the port, it automatically created a new one. This is something called a feature called self-healing. Self-healing in the sense, this is lightweight, and because of its lightweight, within a second it creates a new version of that container, even though you terminate or even though it crashes. We can say it's available, but when huge traffic coming to this application or a container, what we can do? So if we are expecting huge traffic to this application, be better to run with auto scaling. So the auto scaling I can configure here. Add horizontal port or port auto scaler. So I can mention like minimum of 1 port, maximum of 3 ports, CPU utilization. Okay, before that I need to declare the minimum and maximum limit of CPU and memory. So that also I can do here. Edit resource limits. So the minimum amount of millicores, okay, 10 millicores, and maximum I'm going to say 100. Just for one container, okay, just for one container, millicores. And for memory, minimum 50 MI, maximum 100. Okay, in MI. Okay, saving that. Now you can see that current one is terminating and creating a new one. Still the page is accessible, right? I'm just refresh from your end. Yeah, still the page is accessible. There is no down now. Now enable the auto scaling. So minimum 1 port. That means minimum 1 container will be running all time. When traffic increases, it automatically increases the number of ports to 2 up to 3 based on this condition. The condition is if 50% utilization of CPU reached per container, or 50% utilization of memory reached per container, it automatically scales out. It automatically increases the number of ports. So let's see. So I'm giving you challenge. So try to crash this website. Let's see. If it crashes, I will give you the solution. I can access. Just refresh the web page from your end, or try to open in different browsers. Just try to give more load to this container. Now it's running with a single port. Still 1 port is enough to serve you. I mean, serve you all. Is anyone getting any difficulty in reloading the page? Please let me know in the chat box. So our application is already, the Python application is already load balanced and auto scaled. So which means regardless of how much traffic coming to this application, it automatically scales out. It automatically increases the number of port. So the traffic is not enough to create another port. So I'm going to decrease the ratio. I'm going to set to 10%. Again here 10. I'm just removing and creating a new one. So the condition is if the CPU utilization reaches 10% and memory utilization reaches 10%, scale out automatically. till one pod is enough. So please make sure that you are refreshing the page I shared earlier. So I'll paste the link again. Yeah, please refresh that page, make some traffic into. Yeah, now you can see that it's auto scaled to 3 ports. We actually started with 1 port. It automatically scaled up to 3 ports because when I decrease the ratio that to 10%, yeah, when one of the container reaches the 10% of CPU and memory utilization, it's automatically create a new one. So it confirms that it's highly available, and whenever traffic comes to this application, it automatically scales out. If you want, you can increase that maximum limit to 3 port or 5 port, 10 port, like that way. It depends on our cluster resource availability. So what I'm trying to demonstrate and convey here, it is how we can say that our applications running in OpenShift is available, highly available or not. Are there any downtime? So that is the point I'm trying to convey here. So in this AI era, we already used with application development and deployment. So in this AI era, we have one more things called AI/ML model development and deployment. So the question is, OpenShift is already proved that OpenShift can manage the life cycle management of software development and deployment, because OpenShift can give you the platform as a service for software development and the continuous integration and deployment and delivery, etc. In this AI model as well, just like application development and deployment, OpenShift can manage. In addition to CPU, memory, and storage, etc., yes, OpenShift can manage the availability of GPU, because we know that for AI/ML workload computing, yeah, we need GPU as well. Yes, OpenShift can provide that as well with the help of NVIDIA integration. So either AI/ML model or application, yeah, we can simply model and collaborate and create and share with help of OpenShift AI. So Red Hat OpenShift is actually a platform as a service. On top of that Red Hat OpenShift platform, as an additional feature, Red Hat provides something called Red Hat OpenShift AI. With this Red Hat OpenShift AI, data scientists can train, develop, and deploy AI/ML models. So that interface is already available here. So basically 3 interfaces from Red Hat as a part of hybrid cloud console. One is Red Hat OpenShift. I already demonstrated. Second one is the dev spaces. For a developer, they don't have to install any dependencies in their laptop, or they just launch the platform as a service from Red Hat. If you are a Python developer, or if you are a .NET developer, or if you are an automation engineer, the platform is available as a service here. So just wait for some seconds. So this is actually a free cluster which is available to everyone. There at the end of this, I can share the link as well. That's why it's taking some time. It's publicly available for trial version. So the actual production cluster will be faster than this. Yeah, but this is freely available to everyone. Even you can access this dashboard. So it depends on the availability and traffic. Yeah, it varies. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting ready. Okay, suppose I'm a Ansible automation engineer. So I need a platform for that. So just click on that Ansible. Remotely, it creates the platform. It's creating a workspace for me. So this is actually a pod in this OpenShift infrastructure. See, can you see this? I didn't create this workspace in this OpenShift platform, right? So when someone created, or when a developer created a workspace in Red Hat OpenShift, it actually a container or a pod for cluster administrator. So what do you mean by this then? So OpenShift provides a highly available and scalable platform for developers. Those can develop their source code. So this is Ansible dev space. So here you can run the Ansible YAML files here, or playbooks. Those who are familiar with Ansible, they can understand this. Anyway, the point is, whatever platforms we can get it through Red Hat OpenShift is actually in the back end. It's actually a pod or a container, or a pool of pods or a container. So with the help of this OpenShift orchestration, container orchestration, the platforms are orchestrated with load balancing and auto scale. So for a developer, there is no worries. For them, there is no worries, because they just access the web, platform as a service, and they will work on that. The same way, OpenShift AI. So developers, they make use of these dev spaces. That means platform as a service. For data scientists who are training and developing and running AI/ML models, so they can use OpenShift AI to run their workloads. So again, as a development platform, AI platform also actually a pod or container in OpenShift. So this is AI platform. So those who are familiar with AI/ML modeling, yeah, they can understand this interface. But our point is, whatever you create, whether it is application development or AI/ML model development, in OpenShift or Kubernetes or the orchestration perspective view, it is actually a container or a pod or a pool of pods or pool of containers in a load balanced environment. So what is the advantages to the business then? So the developers or data scientists, they can freely work on their platform without worrying about the resource availability, because it's automatically making the resources available for developers and data scientists. So that is OpenShift AI from Red Hat, which runs on top of Red Hat. So this is for small brain, because this is artificial intelligence. So small brain, you can run it in your Linux or Mac operating system. For a bigger brain, we can run it on Red Hat Enterprise Linux AI. Already Mendesar mentioned about the importance and benefits of using Red Hat Enterprise Linux and Linux. So again, in this AI era, yeah, Red Hat introduced something new called Red Hat Enterprise Linux AI, which is actually optimized for, or it's actually optimized bootable image for creating and running our mini AI/ML workloads. But in a production at scale, yeah, OpenShift AI is the solution. So just for small workloads, you can run it on Linux or Mac. For larger workloads, we can run it on Red Hat Enterprise Linux AI. But for production at scale, like ChatGPT, if you want to run anything like ChatGPT, yes, with the help of Kubernetes and OpenShift, or with the help of OpenShift AI, we can create our custom AI engines. So the summary, even in this AI era, operating system is important. Understanding learning and understanding operating system administration is important. So the operating system, which is built for AI, that is Red Hat Enterprise Linux or Red Hat Enterprise Linux AI. So learning and understanding more about Linux, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, how we can administrate and manage, it's important. Then learning tools related to DevOps, including the cloud platform. Because when we run our DevOps tools, we need a platform. So normally the platform is like AWS, GCP or Azure, or it can be in our private infrastructure like Red Hat OpenStack, something like this way. So with Red Hat OpenShift, you can actually integrate all open source DevOps tools and make it as a single dashboard. From a single dashboard, we can manage everything. We can manage the DevOps. We can manage the complete the life cycle of application development. So if you look into this picture, yeah, so this Red Hat OpenShift can be run on a laptop, that is mini model, or it can be in our own data center or with OpenStack, or yeah, with the help of IBM Cloud, Red Hat can provide as a service, or we can run it on AWS or in a Microsoft Azure or GCP. So the complete DevOps lifecycle we can manage with Red Hat OpenShift with the help of Kubernetes engine and other DevOps tools. So to learn more about Linux, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, open source, DevOps, cloud, DevOps tools and all, and also the Red Hat OpenShift, we have some course named Cloud and DevOps Engineering. Cloud and DevOps Engineering. So I'm just clicking on that page. So this engineering program actually start with the very basics, like, so those who are not familiar with this cloud and DevOps or not familiar with the Linux and all, don't worry, because it starts with what is open source, then operating system like Linux, then what is enterprise Linux, that is RHCE, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, RHEL, then how to automate this operating system administration using automation using Ansible, that is RHC. So RHCSA for operating system manual administration, RHC for automating using Ansible. Then we move on to cloud environments like AWS and Azure. Then we introduce what is DevOps methodology, then what are the DevOps tools used in the industry. And someone looking for very enterprise level cluster management, that is Kubernetes and OpenShift. Yes, that is also included in this engineering. I'll paste the link in the chat box as well, just for your reference. Yeah. So that's it from my side. Yeah. So I'm okay for answering any questions. I'm just going through the chat box, if any questions there.
Yeah, if you have any questions, you can put that in the chat box and we'll take it up.
Yeah, I can see some questions. The container port scalable. Yes, Arjun, that is scalable and load balanced. Yeah, I already demonstrated that, right? So when we go to the URL, we can see hello world, but it's happening. And what is the purpose? Yeah, the purpose of this demo is to convey the things like how much available this application in a OpenShift cluster, how it is load balanced. So that was our purpose. Are resources like CPU and memory provided by Red Hat OpenShift remotely via internet? Yes, in this case, my cluster is running in IBM Cloud. So maybe in your case, when you're working with a Red Hat client, they may use AWS as a platform. So the CPU and memory provided by AWS or Azure or GCP, like that way. It depends on the platform cloud provider.
Please note, everybody, the feedback form will be available only in the LMS. You will get the details for the LMS on Monday. How to access it? All the details will come to your mail on Monday.
For the Instruct Lab, how can we use? Yeah, that links will be available in the LMS. So all these practical resources I will share in the LMS. That AI-based OS will, yeah, that is RHEL AI, Red Hat Enterprise Linux AI, which is actually optimized bootable image for running our AI/ML workloads. That is from Red Hat, RHEL AI. Because from RHEL 8 onwards, I remember when Red Hat introduced RHEL 8. Now it's RHEL 9. So when they introduced RHEL 8 years back, they gave the statement like, now this RHEL is not just an operating system, it's a foundation for the, and that time they were saying like for the new emerging technologies like AI, ML, IoT, edge computing, etc. So RHEL is already ready before this AI era. So now it's more optimized for running our AI workloads. It depends on our requirement. So basically, Red Hat provides the solution based on the customer requirement. So if the customer is looking for a very basic AML workloads, then RHEL AI is okay. But for very large multiple brain computing, yeah, so OpenShift AI, which runs on top of a cluster. Cluster means it's a pool of multiple computing nodes. So that nodes can be Linux or Windows. So you may, if you ask like, can we run Windows-based applications in a cluster? Yes, of course. With the help of Windows nodes, we can manage. Yeah, all these resources will be available in the LMS, like PPT, videos, etc. Again, the name of the AI base, yeah, that is RHEL AI. Yeah, the usage of GPU is used here. I cannot show here because that is not freely available here. It's not like CPU or memory, right? Yeah. But the usage of GPU again, yeah, you have to be, that is used by data scientists, AI/ML model creators. So yeah, we should know about how we create that models. But here our focus is how we provide the resources for them, right? So we are in the other side, the platform engineers. The traffic measured in the page, yes, that is in the control panel. You can see that how much memory, how much CPU utilized. Okay, for learning Red Hat Enterprise Linux, yeah, again, please visit LMS. So through LMS, I'm going to give you the free cloud access lab for learning the RHEL. So please go through the LMS access once you get. Okay, all the practical resources, I can make it available in the LMS. What is
If
the
you would
difference?
like,
Yeah.
sorry. If you would like to know about any courses that you would like to learn, like the cloud course, cloud and DevOps, and also and this AI course, you can visit our website or you can call on any of these numbers that I've listed in the chat.
Yeah. So the difference between hypervisor and container, hypervisor is actually used in the virtualization, but in containerization, containers are lightweight, hypervisor are not. So top of hypervisor, we run virtual machines or cloud instances, but containers are nothing but process. We actually call it isolated process and lightweight compared to hypervisor operating system. So that is the advantage of using containerization. Most important thing is the cost effectiveness, maximum utilization of resources, lightweight, so less CPU memory utilized for running our applications. Or even if there is no traffic to our application, we can configure it as a serverless computing containers. Serverless in the sense, if there is no request to that container, it automatically destroys. And when any request comes to that container, it automatically creates. So that means again, maximum utilization of resource, right? So no container is running in an idle mode, right? Why we using milli-cores? Yeah, this is lightweight, so we don't need any single core for running this application, right? So milli-cores are enough, lightweight. Because in cloud, in AWS instance, right, at least one CPU and 1 GB RAM is required. But here, I serve this application with milli-cores and megabytes, right? Yeah. Someone like to understand if here in these fields primarily involves writing code, development, manage system, or if it is more focused on using various tools to achieve this task. Does it also involve dealing with hardware or require knowledge in operating system, database commands and scripts? Is it a coding field or more about platform management and control using various tools? Could you please provide an example such as a typical task performed when working with cloud computing platform in industry? Yes, it's actually a platform management. So we are going to become a platform engineers or DevOps engineer or a site reliability engineers. So we are actually making a platform ready and available for running our applications and AML workloads. So we are actually platform engineers. Yeah, to automate this platform administration and maintenance, we use automation scripts, not like the actual programming. But again, we are in AI era, right? So that's our topic here. So we use AI tools to generate the scripts. Like through ChatGPT, you can create the scripts. So the main thing is we should have the awareness about all these technologies. Then we use these AI tools to manage. So we work as a smart, and the hardworking side will be done by the tools. So for example, if you want to create an infrastructure in AWS, yeah, we can automate using Ansible or Terraform. We can create it as a infrastructure as a code. Just like developers create their application, we can create our infrastructure, our virtual infrastructure using a code. But again, coding skill is not required. The idea, the awareness of that content, that is only is needed for managing this, because creation of scripts, management of these things can be automated and managed using AI tools or automation tools. So yeah, so the answer to that question, yeah, we are dealing with the platform administration, platform management, but some scripting knowledge is required. Knowledge is required, not skill, because personally I can say nowadays I create Ansible scripts using ChatGPT or Ansible Lightspeed. From Red Hat itself, they have provided some AI tool called Ansible Lightspeed. It automatically creates the script based on our requirement. How can one apply for RHEL certification exams? Only through an organization, or one can individually prepare and apply? 𝐶𝐮𝐼, do you want to take that question?
Yeah, if you want to take your certification exam, you can prepare on your by yourself, no problem. But for getting the voucher, you will have to do it through our center.
What are the charges to use RHEL for AI? Currently, it is considered open source, yeah, in a trial period. But when it comes to the actual production, yeah, that depends on the production support. Yeah, that you can deal with the RHEL AI page. But it's available for free trial. Yeah, all these links will be shared in LMS, RHEL AI, OpenShift AI, whatever I demonstrated, which is actually available for everyone in the world. So I will share through LMS.
The LMS details will come to you on Monday. Okay, it will come to your registered email, and how to access the LMS all will be shared in the email. And your feedback form will also be there in the Yes, the recording video will also be there in the LMS. For those who have missed any part of this webinar, you will get it in the LMS.
Yeah, OpenShift AI usage based on the utilization of memory, CPU, GPU, etc. Yes, that is based on the subscription.
Mr. Raj Hingu, I just mentioned, I just told you the LMS details will come to you by email. So then when you access that email, you will see where the LMS is. The feedback form is within the LMS.
I think Sijin, I have answered all the technical questions. I think, yeah.
Yeah. And the rest are only repetitive questions. If you want to access or to know about any of the course for cloud, DevOps, or OpenShift and the AI courses, you can contact the numbers that I put in the chat, or you can visit our website and put a request through our website itself, and our admins will contact you. All right, everybody, thank you for attending and taking this time to attend this session. We will see you again, hopefully, for another webinar soon. Thank you, everybody. Have a pleasant day.
Yeah, thank you all.